Hi, welcome to the Bank of America 400 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Silent on pole, Rainbow second, HP third, Monkey got hops in fourth. With Silent's pole, he's now tied with HP on points, and they're both 80 points behind Monkey got hops. I don't see any of them really taking the points lead here, just because of how much points would have to be distributed. I just don't think that'd really be a realistic shot there, but who knows? Maybe they will, and I know nothing. First two stages are a pair of 25 laps, and stage 3 is 100. Obviously, with the shortened, very small field today, that could change from being 150 laps in total to just maybe about who knows how many. And all these drivers are in the playoffs, so hooray. And I'm sorry in advance because I am under the weather, so that will be fun. Yeah, yeah, you know what, that's fine, I guess. There is draft here unlike last time in the spring. So it should be a more, I don't want to say more interesting race, because I don't think that's necessarily true, that draft races are always the more interesting ones. But when we did testing here, there was draft, so hopefully that translated over to the race. If not, then that's not good. And yeah, there is draft. Not very strong, but it does exist. 3 wide for the lead already. Here on lap number 2. Now again, this race is going to play out differently from the 600. Just kind of like how St. Petersburg played out differently from the first St. Petersburg race. Just because of there's now stages. I mean, apart from just it being a smaller field, stages changes how these guys race for the most part. And along with just draft, this is going to be a very different race than what you've seen earlier. HP tried to clear himself, and Silent's going to try to muscle him out the way, and he will. Silent to the lead as Rainbow has gone around in the back. And she will get back on track. Still fourth, obviously not where she wants to be. After this race, it'll be halfway done through the playoffs. The trucks and bush race are already halfway done, technically, with their schedule. Only with 5 races left to go in the season. And after this race here at Charlotte, that will be the same for these guys. However, I think interesting part is from the last 5 weeks of the season, it's going to be all series, all the same tracks, so we have to keep up constant points, see how everyone's doing, and whether or not who's to look out for. The truck series has been incredibly close. I don't expect that to last, though. If it does last, that'll be very interesting. It'll be our first technical, maybe Final Four, if all 4 drivers stay in contention since Season 8 in Busch Series, nearly 3 years ago. Actually, no, a little over 3 years ago. And at the moment, Silent and HP doing exactly what they need to do. These 2 cars, they just need to be out in front of Monkey to gain in on points. Monkey is staying in 3rd, but he hasn't gained a whole lot of time. Like, he's gained a little bit here and there, and then he'll lose some in some corners, so it seems like it's like a net loss and a net gain, depending on what corner he's in. Or on the lap. That time looks like he did get a little bit closer. And I could probably say the same for Rainbow as well. Yeah, now Silent and HP are tied on points, so really for them, for second, it's just who finishes better in this stage, and then who can do better overall in the race. All right, Rainbow desperately needs something to happen. Obviously, that early incident didn't help as HP and Silent make more contact. Obviously hard racing, but nearly took out the 89. Luckily, Silent just ditches down below. HP gonna put the 89 a little bit in the wall. And again, a lot of monkey to catch up. Rainbow is struggling. As for pit stops, I don't expect pit stops for a while. I think fuel can hold up pretty good without it being too much of an issue. So I don't expect pit stops in the first two stages under green flag conditions. Maybe under caution, they might try to go down pit road. That's a heavy might. Looks like Rainbow did make up some ground as Monkey has caught these top two. Trying to see what he can do, although he went a little bit higher than them. Trying to maybe get out. No, didn't really get really a run off that, so not a successful corner. Side now diving down to the inside. HP not quite clear. Now he is. I guess we talked about a little bit. Said he was going for 3 in a row. And there he is. He has 3 in a row. He's looking for 2, something that no one has done since either myself or Lark has done it, as far as I remember. Is that going 4 wins in a row? Put himself in elite company. He can technically call himself Mr. September, almost. For the past 3 weeks, he's been winning since I think the very last day of August. Basically, so far September, he's been just going crazy. Rainbow does seem to be catching up a little bit, ever so slightly at each lap. I can tell if you don't have a run put together and a plan to get the run to do things that you want it to do, it's going to be very, very difficult to make something happen. Sound tries to nudge HP on by. It doesn't quite work out too well. At the moment, they're just kind of settle for the moment. Now Sound's going to go to the inside. HP looked like he was trying to block the door off for him. And cleared surprisingly off that corner. Didn't expect himself to clear. He was very, very close to clearing himself, although Silent does have a chance here. HP's going to drive him in a little bit tight. And 10 a little bit in the wall. Still side by side. Again, allowing Monkey to catch up. Good for the 07. But what can he do? He's going to try to follow Silent in the corner. HP with a slight run on the top side. He's going to ride the wall. Try to carry the run. And again, do that on the final lap. They do expect a penalty. HP's going to shove down this 07 here. Although that's going to help Monkey in the corner. Never mind. He wanted no part of that 3-wide battle. And all this has allowed Rainbow to catch considerably up to this pack. She's finally kind of in the mix. Not quite all the way up there yet. But at least you can clearly see her in the frame now. 9 laps to go in this stage. Silent. Oh, Lord. HP trying to block for his life. It's not worth it blocking this late. He's gonna hold Silent down, push him down the racetrack again. Do that one too many times. Silent's not gonna take it very lightly. He might do something about it. He's been very lenient on this 10 so far. Although HP drove it in a little deeper than it probably should have, and that will give Silent the lead. But for how long is yet to be seen. Rainbow gonna try to get past Monkey for third. Still side by side for third. That will benefit the leaders just a tiny bit. Monkey trying to answer back, couldn't quite get there. HP now to the inside of Silent. Side by side, it's going to help Rainbow out. She's trying to get some points over the Monkey Got Hops machine. And winning a stage would definitely help her in that regard. Ooh, Lord, the 10 bounced off the wall. And HP will lose both. What was, well, not both, but lose the battle for first and then second. He's going to try to nudge Rainbow out of the way, and he will. Rainbow can't quite answer back at this corner, but she may do it the next. We'll get close. No contact, so good for the 10, I suppose. Oh, Silent basically cleared himself. Thought he had enough time. HP got there before he could fully cover it off. Three laps to go in this stage. It's really just been these two DG cars. Monkey that was there for like a little bit, but never really fully got anywhere. And Rainbow had one look on the outside, but hasn't really gone much anywhere since that point. Maybe now she's looking to the inside, but can't quite get there. Monkey looking for some points on this 5. Rainbow is going to cross him over. Side by side for third. I think their battle for the top spot is over unless something tragic happens to these top two. White flag in the stage. Silent tried it. HP blocked it. Late blocked it, more likely, though. Silent looking for a send. HP, well, that was the tragic thing that could have happened. He would have been penalized regardless. Monkey wins the stage. Rainbow second, HP third, Silent fourth. I think they were both dumb thinking that was going to slide by and be like, yeah, I'm cool with this. So really, it's both y'all's fault, because what? What made you think that was okay? So what would have been an easy stage victory for both these guys turns out to be a loss on points on both their parts. I didn't have the yellow ticks there, but yellow ticks playoffs, they're all playoffs, so it really doesn't really matter that much. Further ready, looks like they all are ready, so that's pretty cool. Green flag, back in the air. And the 10 had a amazing start. The rest of the field, not so much. That's going to give HP quite a bit of time, actually, to try to pull away. Quote, try. I will ask y'all, don't abuse the wall off the corners in wall ride. I will please don't do that. If I have to add a wall glitch wall there, I will, especially off 2, and you don't want that because the death wall is right there, and if you die, that's not my problem. And so I just suggest to try not to abuse the wall like it's like your life depends on it. Regardless on what it is, you've seen clearly it's a mixture of draft and handling. As with most intermediate tracks like this, as Rainbow gets wall glitched naturally off in turn 4, yet again finds herself in the back. I'm not sure if she's going to be able to recover this time just because of how spread out the field was and how ready the 10 was on the restart. But yeah, again, this track, seen more than most, is silent. Again, just off the corner, in like the corner panel. Seen this time and time again with drivers. And car will hit the wall, bounce off, the other car is right on their corner panel, off the corner, and it is not a pretty sight. Now, good news for HP, since he had the best restart, he's driving away from this field, and I don't think they're really having as much draft as they could want to be. I think they're still within that range, but I haven't really been doing a good job of keeping themselves there, because yeah, there's draft, it's very weak, so if you have some bad laps, even if you're in the draft, it won't really help you that much. And we're seeing that with Monkey Got Hopped silent as well. 1.5 seconds now, as Rainbow is 5.8. I don't think there's much of a shot you're really helping anybody here. It's not like a Daytona thing for Monkey or Silent. You could just bump draft your way up there. I mean, hell, they could try and see if that were to do anything. Although it looked to me like they gained that lap, but maybe not. 1.5 seconds that time, so it looks like they did gain without really much bump draft. So it is much of just run the corners better, as well as stay in draft. You can do both of those things. You can catch up. That 10 is flying. Did not have a good race at St. Petersburg, and since there's all but just, oh lord, and Monkey gets wall glitch off the corner. He had been kind of abusing the wall off turn 4 a little bit, and the result is him losing that second place. Well, maybe momentarily. Silent didn't really get a good entry in the corner, and yeah, for sure. he will end up there, and that will give HP a few more seconds of time to work with. To go now. 2.2. I think it's pretty much just race for second for now. Either that or race for second, and whoever is second tries to catch the leader or tries to run away from that third place car. Yeah, this is the only really real battle going on. HP's just kind of, he's flying. I think by far he has figured the track out quite well, despite qualifying in third. And Rainbow, although qualifying second, she's just had bad luck to the beginning of the stages, getting in some other wreck. Real unfortunate. Gap's now nearly 3 seconds. Silent's gonna dive it in low. Monkey's gonna carry the momentum up high, although Silent did take a bit of a bite out of Monkey's gap between him and the 89. Monkey goes on the defensive line a little bit. Silent to the top will get a little run. Can't really go anywhere with it. I think lesson learned is that if you cannot have a bad restart here. And if you do have a bad restart, you better hope that the 10 does not have a good one. Silent trying to ease his way back to this 07. 2.6 seconds that time. Gained about 2/10 that lap. Still think 8 laps with 2/10. I think that's a little less time than they can really afford to have, you know. Don't think that'd be enough time to really get them where they need to be. So the gap is this time 2.7. It's gained a little bit, so it stagnates around the 2.7, 2.8 mark. So again, I think it's just a race for second. I don't think any of these guys are really going to catch the leader at this rate. I'm streaming right now. What are you talking about? Oh, that's crazy. Oh, it really isn't. What the hell? Okay. No, it has the I clicked the streaming button, but it's just not it's not appearing on YouTube for whatever reason. It's not a me issue, but it's a I'm not sure if it's a YouTube issue or if it is even like if it's a me issue. I'm not sure how I would be able to do that. Unless I'm somehow streaming on my music channel. And even then, that's like, what? Oh, okay. Well, it is streaming on my music channel for some reason. Yeah, man. Let me go click the right channel. Why did it do that? That is so strange. Alright, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'll just put it on the playlist whenever the season gets done later. Because I did that same mistake, I think, with Coda, I think it was. Stream both the Busch and Truck Series races. Well, it's 2 to go, and they did cut down the gap a little bit. It's now 2.3 while I was rumbling about how it's supposed to be on a different channel other than another. But regardless, battle for second is sort of heating up. We'll see if Sonic can really get there. If not, it'd be an unfortunate chunk of points lost just because of a move he tried to do in stage 1. And Silent is right there. How hard will Monkey block? Very hard, it looks like. He's gonna ride the wall off of it. That's kind of sketch. But HP will win stage 2. Gain some of the points back. Only about like 10. And Silent will finish 3rd. Rainbow will finish an unceremonious 4th place. And slowly and slowly, that 5 might just need a win at Phoenix and Martinsville, or something magical to happen these next 5 weeks. back on track here. Silence lost more points while HP still is at a net loss. He's only lost now 5 points to Monkey now. Could you imagine how stage 1 would have ended if differently if he had both of those drivers not done what they did? It'd be not disastrous for the 07, but it'll be critical. Green flag's back in the air, 100 laps to go. Everyone gets a good restart this time around, though HP kind of got shoved on the grass for some reason. Puts the 89 in the wall a little bit, forces him 3 wide. Although the packs could be much closer as long as they don't wall glitch or something bad happen. This will be a very closely knit, tight pack together. At least closer than what we saw in stage 2, the majority of that run. Again, for the Lord have mercy. Silence there. Now, Charlotte isn't necessarily a deadly track. I think you could still die here if the right circumstances present themselves. Kansas, though, yeah, that's a track you really do not want to play around with. Walls, especially deadly there, and we've seen multiple times playoff drivers die at Kansas. Some eliminated from the playoffs. In Silent's case, died in a Busch race last year at Kansas and got a clutch win at Martinsville to get himself into championship. Didn't win it, but it is possible. Though I think here, no, maybe he did that. I'm not sure. But I don't know what bro happened. Maybe an offer or something. But he was able to get real. That's all I know. Here, I don't think so. If you die now, really, a lot of things are at risk. If you die right now, you'd be missing basically the rest of the season except Homestead. And if you die at Kansas, that's even worse because you'd be dead for essentially the rest of the season. So season 12 for you would be done. So that's something to keep in mind while they're racing hard. As much as I like seeing them race aggressively and make moves, and also be careful, because one wrong aggressive move could lead to a death and then eventually, possibly, and most likely, a loss at a championship shot. As things have calmed down here for the first couple laps of this run, Monkey has settled in the back, kind of like he did in stage 1. Just, not sure. That car is just not doing him well. It did him well at Auto Club, and probably should have won, but this sport is not based off what you should have won. It's based off what happens, and I guess what I'm trying to say is how much you deserve something does not necessarily mean that you'll get it, as we've seen multiple times. However, this race is not really the top car really at all. Rainbow's going to make a daring move 3 wide and put Silent up the racetrack, knocks himself to HP. Now Rainbow takes the lead for the first time all day. Took her about 58 laps, but she did it. The only time Monkey has led, I think, all day has been when he won stage 1. So Weirdly enough, usually I'd be saying, praising the Fords today. That's not the case. It is the Chevys so far that have the upper hand. Although, yep, I was expecting that to happen. They're more prone to killing themselves for whatever reason. And I'm pretty sure HP just tried to get himself clear. Silent tried to brake, and it just never ended up. It was never going to work like that. Again, made a block on Silent in stage 1, costed both of them points, and has costed himself points just because of... Yeah, it could be. Just, again, don't make stupid mistakes on the racetrack and you'll be alright. And green flag's back out. And now, all of a sudden, Rainbow and Monkey are going to look a whole lot faster. One less car to deal with. And arguably, probably the best car of the field. Now out of it, it's really anyone's race now. At least I feel like. Silent right now, the leader. Rainbow and Monkey not giving in. Monkey clears the 5 for now. Now it'll be just a 100-lap race just because of that car being gone. Silent left the door open, although Monkey's gonna nearly clear himself, and he did. And Rainbow just got right in the back of the 07. That's gonna cost her a bunch of times. Silent took a swipe at the 07. Didn't hit him or anything. I'm sure he wasn't too thrilled about that. He's gonna pay him back there. Big shove into turns 1 and 2, and Rainbow nearly followed Silent in the corner. Nearly took second away. Now, depending on how many points Monkey gets, it's gonna be a net loss regardless. But I think he probably would have been fine if he didn't try to block Silent, and if Silent didn't try to think wall riding on the final corner was just gonna be allowed. I see. Stop typing. You're going to kill yourself. Silent around the outside takes the lead. Still fighting on the outside. Won't get a big run like he did in off turn 2. That's mighty impressive. This monkey did not just have a good corner. Turns 1 and 2. Trying to make this outside lane work. I don't think it's working for this 89. It only worked that one time. I think it was just because monkey was just slow off in turns 1 and 2. Here comes Silent again to the inside. Monkey's going to try to fight back on this top, although not to much avail. Oh, Rainbow's going to make it nearly 3 wide. Silent's going to get the run off the corner. And Rainbow trying to follow this 89. Monkey is going to let the 5 in. Not much he can really do. That and pit stops could still be a thing. Keyword could. With the, they could easily make 25 laps. They didn't really have much trouble with that. But it's being shortened to 50 laps. Surely, I think fuel will come into some factor. Whether it being them just being close-ish on it, or they actually have to come down pit road. Whatever the case is, you just don't want to speed and have a pit road mishap ruin your race. It's not strong at all. It's not like a bush or truck type of thing where they're constantly next to each other. You can see here Rainbow's slowly but surely catching up to Silent. Yeah, it's a draft race which focuses heavily on handling, so you actually do got to drive the car good in order to be competitive. Monkey has kind of fallen out of these top 2. I mean, he's not completely out there, but hasn't really been there neither. You know, the only tragic thing is, I think, I guess, yeah, it's gonna be tragic regardless. I don't think Rainbow is going to gain like any points on Monkey if she does indeed win this thing, which sucks. She'll gain some on the 10, the 89. That'll be good. Put her up more points, but the focus is the leader. So if she wins this race, yeah, it's a feel-good story, and she drives with the track, and Monkey's gonna be able to drive underneath them, 3 wide for the lead now. But yeah, as I was saying, even if she wins this race, I think she would still lose points to Monkey, which is a very unfortunate thing to think about. But well, she did finish second in stage 1, and those 10 extra points from winning in the playoffs is definitely gonna help. She gets a big shot from this 89, hurt her exit. There's about, after this race, there'll be 5. So there's definitely time. It's not like anyone's on a time crunch. They're not like goodbye. I'd say if she doesn't gain by Kansas or Talladega at least a little bit, it might be, because you could still be 145 points back from at Martinsville and Phoenix. And as long as she just does better than Monkey in both those races, she could just be mathematically in it. Can gain 95 points in a race after all, so one bad day is really all it takes to cut that lead down from however big it is to being about half of it, or more than half, or possibly take the lead. But seeing that we have such a short field today, and I think even if Monkey were to DNF now, where it stands, maybe Rainbow will gain points, but it'll be like a silent situation where she doesn't gain much. She'll gain maybe like 5 or 10 over Monkey, and that would be it. And maybe get second or third in points just as a consolation prize. But hey, I would like to see the 5 go back to victory lane. That'd be kind of cool. Monkey, I feel like if he were to win this race, I don't think it's going to be purely on speed, per se. He looks to be the weakest link in terms of just raw speed here. I feel like it's going to be another stage 1 type of thing where something bizarre is going to happen for him to win this race, if he were to win it. I think HP was the best on speed by far until he cleared himself, and I think Silent was the only really, well, there goes Monkey. Well, yeah, to like eliminate anyone else from winning, but to win both Martinsville and Phoenix is a tall task, considering how Silent seems to dominate the track. And although Monkey did win Phoenix earlier this season, if he wants to win 2 of those, Martinsville's not exactly his best track. I don't think that's going to happen. Or maybe it will. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he will pull off the upset at Martinsville, win it there, and then something crazy happens at Phoenix. Who am I to say? Silence coming down pit road this time. Pit road speed is 60 miles an hour. It's labeled on the track itself. And Rainbow will go with him. Good click for both. Rainbow had 90 fuel reportedly. That's wild. So again, they would have probably, if the race wasn't shortened, it'd be about 70 to go. So they definitely need to pit one more time. Silent off pit road. And Rainbow not too far behind this 89. And Silent had 190. Crazy. With a little bit more fuel to spare. Not by much. He would not have made another lap. But just a little bit. Now with 19 to go, it is purely a fight between the 89 and the 5. The 07 needs a caution to happen. So winning this race would gain very little to nothing. It's kind of in a Rainbow situation where he lost enough points in stage 1 and 2 where even if he does win, it's not gonna help him in the points wise. Now, if he goes up and wins Martinsville and there's a tiebreaker for the Cup Series championship and it's him and Monkey, he would get the tiebreaker win with possibly getting his 4th win here. 4th win in a row, I will add as well. So that will be important in that case that somehow happens. Let me see. Let me do kind of live points, kind of, and see where they would be at. Most wins. Yeah, most wins is the tiebreaker. If it's not most wins, then it's most polls. And if they both are still the same, that'll be the average finish in the playoffs. And considering Silent, although I think Miss Chicagoland has just been on a 3-for-3 streak for now, it's not looking good for this 07 if it comes down to that, or anybody that Silent faces in ties with. Doesn't have to be just Monkey. It could be maybe HP gets up there at some point. Maybe it will be Rainbow. You know, who knows? Adrianity might make some noise at Martinsville or Phoenix and win. But doing points now, Monkey has gained 20, looks like, to me, 25 points on Silent. And if things were to finish how they are now, let's say with, yeah, if they were to finish how they are now, I think Silent gains, I think, 15. Which is not bad. It's a steady game, but it's going to need a lot more. Rainbow is there. Now, if Rainbow were to win this race, she has lost, it looks to me, that's 10, about 20 points. So she would gain like 20 or 30, maybe. So never mind, I was wrong. She will gain points regardless. It wouldn't change much of a thing for Silent, though. They would gain points, but they wouldn't. Silent wouldn't gain as much. I think it'd be a bigger deal for Rainbow if she were to win. Would still be a whole race points away, but it'd be progress, I suppose. And now they're side by side for the lead with 10 laps to go. Silent's gonna duck down low, gets there. And now side by side again. Rainbow had been the third or fourth best card. You can kind of switch back and forth, her and Monkey. So not entirely surprising she's found a place up here. Trying to grab yet another win on the season. It'd be her fourth win. Surprisingly. I only say surprisingly because her wins have kind of come like few and far between almost. Like she got a win at Pocono, and then 2 weeks later, win at Texas, and then went on this long win the Stroud, then Chicagoland. So you kind of forget she has 3 wins already this season. Now for Silent, that's a completely different story. But for Monkey, again, sort of in the same realm to an extent. Got a win at Phoenix, then had to wait a while for a win at Darlington. And then had to wait a little while for North Wilkesboro, which was race 19. We're now on race 35, so it's been a hot minute, I would say. I won't say it's like a winless drought, but it has been a while. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, again. what you deserve is not what you're gonna get. And sport is built on what happens, not what you deserve. And it's a harsh truth that I think every one of us here have experienced at least once in their career. Regardless of what should have happened in your mind, it is what it is. You just kind of have to live with what you got. If you can do that, you'll be a-okay. I think. Hopefully. Maybe. Who knows? Four laps to go. In the Bank of America 400. Rainbow is lurking. Silent in the lead for now. Bigger time gains there. Silent is gassing it up early, and it's costing him in the corner. And he nearly late blocks the 5. He's trying to carry speed in the corner. It worked out for a little bit. Not for long, though. White flag in the air. Rainbow's got 2 more realistic chances at this 89. She's got one right here. Silent didn't go far enough. Puts the 89 up the racetrack. We'll let off. We'll have one more shot at him in 3 and 4. Tries to bump him out the way. It's not going to happen. Silent Volcano, 4 weeks in a row, is going to win again at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Call him 4-time in a row Teacher and Series winner. He got hit 6th, 7th, 8th, and now this is his 9th career victory. Dude's out of his mind. Oh, hold on. I need a sec grab this guy. I don't think it's understated how long it's been since someone has gone 4 in a row in a series before. It has been a long time, especially in the Cup Series. Hell, I think any series. It's just been so long since the competition's been super tight, but even if he doesn't gain a lot of points on it, this is an impressive feat just to win 4 races in a row. It's hard enough winning 2. That is just incredible, bro.